Hey everybody, YuseiTheSynchroHero. Now, this next battle that I'm about to show you right now is with a team that I've been testing for a bit, for about maybe a few days or so. It was initially just kind of mono water, but what I wanted to do, well, it was gonna be mono water like most people I think used to do, but I decided that I wanted to try using some random pokes that you probably don't see in the rain team. So yeah, and I call it a rain team because a Politoed with Drizzle. So yeah, as you can see, I have a Politoed, I have a Dragonite, you'll see why later on. I have a Whimsicott, a Registeel, good old Registeel. I have a Vaporeon, and I have Garchomp. Basically, I'm trying out some new attacks and abilities that on this team, and believe it or not, some of them are very handy, actually. So it's definitely good, and I did lose quite a few matches, and I got a bit of help, like, fixing up this team. So this team, as you see here, is the result from the fixing that I was suggested or whatever. So, yeah, let us see how it does in this next battle that I'm about to show. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. But first, intro. Hey everybody, what is up? Lead Speed here, bringing you a random OU-ish battle in the Dream World tier thing. And I'm leading with my Politoed that sets up the rain with Drizzle, and he leads with the Sazendor, which is actually named Hydreigon in the English version, so I guess he just likes the Japanese names. But anyways, he goes to Superior, and this pretty much could kind of spell trouble for me because I have some water types, but I sort of have a plan. So basically what I plan to do is I go to Registeel, he's going to go for another Leaf Storm. Now what I decided to do, I go for the Stealth Rocks. I knew he was going to set up a sub because that's what most of these things do anyways. So he gets the Leech Seed off, and that's okay because I don't really care that much. So what I decided to do, I decided to switch to Whimsicott, and I decided to go for the Encore to lock him into Substitute. Now that's actually kind of weird, but I don't know, there wasn't much else I could do because I don't want him getting a Leaf Seed up on or anything, or using any other attacks, because I know these things usually have Leaf Storm, Substitute, Leech Seed, and one hidden power of various type, usually Fire or Ice, depending on that. So I decided to bring in my Dragonite, and thanks to his Dream World ability, Multi-Scale, if he's at full health, the damage he takes gets cut in half, so that Outrage did about half. It might have KO'd, but, you know, the Hydreigon has higher special attack anyway, so it didn't matter. Now, this Gyarados uses Taunt on me because I try to paralyze it, and he goes for another Dragonite because he's getting greedy, and it's like, you know what, Whimsicott can stop you there. So I decide I go for the Substitute, predicting a switch, and he goes to a Chandelure. Now, this one has Shadow Tag, which means I cannot switch out. So yeah, and before complaining about that, but don't worry, it didn't matter too much. Trust me, you'll find out later it really didn't matter if he had that ability or not. So I go for the Leech Seed. Now, I probably should have went for the Toxic just to wear that thing out, but I needed to get some, I guess I needed extra health recovery, and that might have mattered. So we make a double switch, and I had the better end of the switch because I bring in Vaporeon, and Vaporeon is a beast in the rain. Like, you'll see later in the game, but she's a beast in the rain. It's crazy. So what I decided to do, I decided to go to Registeel again, just to sponge a Leaf Storm. Yeah, I decided to sponge the Leaf Storm. Now, I go for the Seismic Toss, predicting him to go for the sub, but he predicts me predicting him to go for the sub. So if I had actually used the Thunder Wave on that turn, I would have had crippled that thing. Now, what I decided to do, I go to my Dragonite again with Good Night. Get it? Because it's a Dragonite and it's Good Night, and yeah, I kind of suck at these jokes here, but anyways, he takes me out with another Leaf Storm, and now I bring in Champawa, and I Revenge Kill with an Outrage, because I think Dragon Claw, it might have lived the Dragon Claw, but now, as you're going to see, this Fortress shows up, and I'm like, crap. And because I use Outrage, I'm locked into it. Now, this is a 3-turn Outrage, so he gets to... Now, he went for the Rapid Spin and not the another layer of toxic spikes, which I guess is a good play for him because that means my stealth rocks are longer in play. Now what I decide to do, I go to my Whimsicott because now he has his second layer up, but since my Whimsicott is already like regular poisoned, she can't get, you know, like badly poisoned, so she could stay in for quite a bit. So I go for the sub and I go for the toxic on this Gyarados to pretty much cripple that thing, so now he can't set up forever because he's gonna die eventually. So what I end up doing is I go for another toxic. Now this Blissey here is pissing me off. This Blissey pisses me off like later in the game. You're gonna see later on. But yeah, this thing has Heal Bell to pretty much get rid of the toxic I put on the Gyarados, so he's pretty much free to come in at any time and set up. Now I know he's gonna set up the taunt or something, so I end up switching out and I go to my Vaporeon. So yeah, it goes with the hit. Now this Vaporeon's great to counter Gyarados because HP Electric will 2-hit KO most of them unless they're like, I don't know, really bulky, I guess? I don't know. Now he goes for the bounce attack, and yeah, I end up missing because he's in the air. Now I know I can live one hit from a +1 Gyarados because of the investment I have, and I think Vaporeon's pretty bulky all around anyways, and has a lot of HP. Now I get Parahacks, but this is where her Dream Will ability activates, the ability called Hydration. And with Hydration, basically, in the rain, all the status problems are healed up at the end of the turn. So that is really good, especially if they try to Toxic Stall you and it won't work. And it also works with Rest, and you'll get instantly healed up to full health and get rid of the status. So that's really good. Now, this part right here, I had to speed up, mainly because his last two pokes are the Fortress and the Blissey. I guess one would call it the 4-Bliss combo or something. I don't know what you would call it specifically. But yeah, I literally had to speed this part up, mainly because there isn't much I can do. And I didn't want to bring in Chomp just yet because on the off chance that he predicts that, because he knows I have the Garchomp because I used it to revenge kill the, you know, the Superior. And I'm pretty much going to have to think of a way out of this, mainly because if I don't and I mess up, I'm going to lose because my Registeel got burned, so that's not good. And then Whimsicott dies to the Toxic Spikes and Stealth Rocks and stuff like that. So yeah, I pretty much have my, you know, my Vaporeon, my Politoed, and my Garchomp left. Those are my last three guys. Now, I ended up taking out the Blissey in the end because I think he messed up somewhere, or he predicted me to do this or whatever, but, you know, I split the battle up because I didn't really care. I just had to outplay him and stuff. So, yeah, his last Pokemon is the Fortress, and, yeah, he says good game, and that was a really good game. So, yeah, that was arguably one of the best games I've had in a while, and it's very fitting for my match number 29 because I needed to test out this rain team, and I lost quite a few matches that, you know, I didn't record because, you know, I usually just record, you know, sometimes I record randomly, sometimes I don't. So, yeah, sometimes, like, you know, people want to battle me, then yeah, sure, we'll record a match, why not? And my goodness, that was really intense, especially with the end. It got really stallish, and if it was a Pokemon Wi-Fi battle, yeah, you can imagine how long that would have taken. But, you know, it was a fun match. It was really pretty good. This was kind of a stall I like. It was like just us predicting what we're trying to do and stuff. But yeah. Anyways, I have a special match planned for match number 30. I already arranged that. So whenever I can, I guess I'll do that match. Like, maybe I have to do a few matches because I want to get a really epic match, much like this one, if not more epic. I don't know. But this one was particularly crazy because of, like, how much stall there was in it and how much we were trying to predict each other and stuff. But yeah, YuseiTheSynchroHero signing out. And peace.